Righto, first cast of the morning. Let's see what happens. Just haven't even turned the sounder on yet. Just waiting for the sounder to turn on. Just there's pretty neapish tides today. There's not much run. I actually like neap tides. Water clears up. You can work your lures for longer in a spot. There's a lot of benefits to it. The old expression, no run, no fun, doesn't really sort of affect creeks and rivers as much as it does offshore. There's a pick. Small, whatever that was. Ooh, it sounded a bit bigger on the other side. Somewhere over here I could hear a jack. Oh, right up under the mangroves. Well, I like them. I like them when they're like that. Get that extra bit of adrenaline trying to get them out. Something moving up in there. Just under that. Oh, yeah. Skip that up in there. Oh. Sounds like a decent jack, to be honest. Something way up in there. I can hear it, but I can't. Oh, listen to that. That's a big jack, that. He's moving a bit of water. There's a big fish sitting there. Let's see if we can get him. Another one behind it. Oh no, that might be a log. Oh no, there's a fish. Had a nice big jack. Just chased that. Oh, it's not that one. That's a bigger one than that. He was all the way out of the boat when I cast back in there, so it's not that one. He wouldn't even be legal, this one. Ooh, nearly bit me. I'm trying the old radioactive rooster. I haven't had any for a while. And finally got some. So there's another one in there. Pretty shallow. Now what that was, on these barren banks like this, when you're just sort of working from snag to snag, you'll quite often find fish, whether it be barra, jacks, grunner, flathead, cod, whatever. You'll quite often find fish in between your snags, you know, like you can see that little ledge that goes along the edge. They'll tuck up against that ledge. Now there's only 30 centimetres difference between the flat and the ledge, but that ledge is enough to hold a decent fish just to tuck up against it while they're waiting for bait to come out. So this is where it transitions from that shallow tapered bank to steep. What's that? Oh yeah, jacks, bloody heap of jacks. Maybe 7 or 8 of them there then. Get this electric out here. The tide's drifting me right in onto them. There's a few small jacks along here, but nothing substantial yet. Just little rats, like little 25, 26 centimetre ones. And this is where you'll get complacent and a 45 or 48 will grab you. I'll go to a natural colour, I think. This water's way clear enough to go really natural. I've seen a couple of bigger fish, but they just don't seem to follow through. They'll charge at it, but then they won't follow through. So that usually means it's a colour thing. Alright, we'll go to a Lumo a colour that really works well when the water's clear for some reason is Lumo. So I've just put a Lumo 5-inch paddle prawn on, and we'll see if that makes any difference. Yep, the Lumo seems to be working. Just had two good jacks coming out off that point there and smacked the lure, so they both hit it, but neither of them hooked up. So they're just sitting at the mouth of that drain there. But that's that ledge. It's that ledge thing I was talking about earlier. They sit on them ledges, and that's just where those two were, sitting on the ledge out the front of that drain there. Came out all dark red, that one. But looks like there could be something in that Lumo. Like the fish are responding to it more aggressively. Like they're not rolling on it, they're actually hitting it. And we'll see. One small fish does not make a pattern, but that fish came from probably 8 or 9 feet away to eat that lure, so just missed a nice jack in there. Then it's a different bank now I've come onto. It's a little bit deeper. The tail's tangled up. A little bit deeper on the edge, and I went upstream because I've got hardly any battery power. I went upstream and just sort of waiting for that water to cool down, or not cool down, but clear up a little bit, because the wake off the boat has hit the bank, stirred it up. Oh, it's a big pikey. Two big pikeys. Have a look at this drain here. It's a little bit dirtier, so whether that be a good thing or bad thing, don't know yet. Now, at the moment I'm very limited with where I can go and what I can do as far as tides and that go, just because this battery doesn't last very long at the moment. I'm hoping today that this new iTech battery gets here, because it's coming all the way from Perth, so it's taken a little while to get here, but I'm used to being able to be where I need to be at the right time, and at the moment I just can't do it. It sort of goes up to about there. You sort of see the dark colour down the water, so oh, there we go. Oh, that's a cod, I think. Yeah. Black spot cod. I've seen a couple of little jacks, little ones, have chased the lure out, but they're only little ones. So I might go and try a different drain shortly and see if I can find some bigger fish. Oh, Jesus, big pikey, that one. Heaps of pikeys up this drain. Jesus. Jack and a pikey then, just chase that out. Oh, what's that? Barra, little Barra. Bit of everything sitting in there. Is it water temperature or food or something? Now that I've said that, I'll probably get smoked by something. But you find patterns, like it's quite strange the way it works. A lot of the stuff that's hitting is on a straight retrieve. Like after oh, it's a big pikey. After you've done your twitching and seen if there's anything in a snag, it's generally when you're starting to fast retrieve on the way back that seems to be getting most of the hits. So I'm going to try doing that. See if that sort of, because I cannot find a pattern no matter what. further. That's the sort of snag where you brace yourself. There's got to be something living on there, but it's just not happening. Oh, Jesus. Sorry. Let me rephrase that. It's a better jack. Much better fish, that one. It's bloody hard to find though. Good fish, that one. Ow, spiky. Solid one. That looks good. Little drain coming out the sea. Looks pretty good up under here too. Oh shit! No. Bloody cod. As soon as it stopped skipping, he smashed it. Black spots. They're tough as buggery, these things. Usually I find the best way to handle them is put your finger between the gill plate and the gill, so you're not actually hitting the gill, and pop your lure out like that. It actually holds their mouth open. Oh, I don't know what this is, but it's throwing up lots of mud. It hit me. Oh, here it comes. Oh. No, he's got the friggin'. Don't mind telling you, if you stuff your timing up in these little drains like this, then you bug it. I just went over a little snag back there a second ago, and it goes right across the river. So I have to be very careful that I can still get out, because this is not the sort of place you really want to be stuck in for too long. What the hell was it? See, that's the problem. I can hear fish up in front of me now, which just makes you want to go further and further. On these banks like this, you've got grassy patches. You've got to watch crocs don't come off the top of these banks and these narrow ones. If you got, instead of roots, because they can't lay up them roots like that, but if you get those clear patches, muddy patches and grassy patches, that's where you've got to be careful. They can come shooting in off the bank and end up on your boat. When there's not too much run like this, you can fish all sides of the snag, you know, like you cast on the upstream side and sort of let it drift down and work it over the front of the snags. Oh shit! Oh Jesus! That was a big jack. I actually saw that one. This drain that I'm in here is 23.5 degrees, so it's 2 degrees warmer than where I was. So in theory, should be much better. Wonder how the hell you don't pull a fish off that. Oh! Oh. Oh dear, dirty rotten little cod. Not producing the way I thought it would. Good looking snag, this whole bank slip. You can see where the bank's collapsed there, the bank's all collapsed along here. So it's a matter of finding a spot to cast to. There's fish on the bottom on the sounder. So. Good looking Barra snag, this one. Might have to approach it from a little bit different angle though. Just got it cast in there a second ago. I've got a couple of bumps, and then I got one big Barra. Oh! And I got one big Barra thump. So that's not a Barra. What was that? A little finger mark. The other one though was definitely like that big Barra dunk. So what I've done now, I've gone to a weedless plastic, like an atomic prong in the radioactive rooster, and I've put it on a weedless hook and put a ball sinker in front of it because it's a bit deeper here, but it's a bit snaggy. So I want to be able to work it through the snags, but get it that bit deeper. What the hell's that little thing? Little cod. There to be a Barra there somewhere. As soon as we got it down deep enough he wanted it. It's only about 55 probably. 55, 56, something like that. Oh, get out. Come on, get out. God. I'm not taking out. You're not a pet. So he's just sitting off the side there. Just out of the current on the edge. There'll be more than that one there. Oh, yep. What's this one? Another Barra? Yep. Oh, they're all pups. They're all babies. I wouldn't be lucky to be 50. Bloody hard on the plastics. This is a better fish. Well, legal size anyway. If he gives me a chance, I'll grab the landing net. That's better. Finally. This one I'm going to keep for the table, so it's only about 60, 61. Get that out of the road. A little black spot. I'm actually in a pretty hard to get to creek, and I just see fisheries and water police coming in the front there, so if you're doing the wrong thing, you can't get away from them. They know all the little hidey holes. Look at here. The old red belly black. He gone.